Um, okay, what's your favorite digital medium other than Facebook?
My favorite digital medium other than Facebook, as an app, I love Uber. I use the app
Okay.
the most in terms of who I am. And I
Social
used
media?
social media. I used to tweet. I still do tweet off and on, but my wife has been just showing me how cool Instagram is, and I'm not really on Instagram yet. I'm registered, but I haven't posted anything.
Right.
So I'm gonna start, but that seems really cool. It seems
Okay.
really happening.
One business leader you'd like to have a dinner with?
One business leader that I'd like to have dinner with. It used to be Steve Jobs. I was very, very inspired. I'd love to have that opportunity.
Favorite, no, sorry, innovation in 3 words for you.
Innovation in 3 words. Wow. Okay. So, in 3 words would be. Why am I backed out? Innovation in 3 words. Can there be three disparate words?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Anything.
Okay.
anything that comes.
It needs to be. What's wrong with me? Sorry, I just blacked out a little bit after a long day. But innovation for me would be uh, the ability to take risks, the ability to not be scared of failure, uh, and the ability to create. Uh, yeah, I think that is innovation for me.
One book that changed your life.
How would you measure your life by Clay Christensen?
Sorry.
That's the book that changed my life. It's the
Oh.
book's name is How Would You Measure Your Life?
Oh, I thought it was a counter question.
No. The book's name is How Would You Measure Your Life by Clay Christensen.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Your favorite movie of all time?
I love movies, so I'm a movie buff. I've seen, I virtually watch everything. I think I love so many movies in terms of genres. And in every genre, I think I'd love something. I just don't have just one favorite. I think there are epic films that have defined
Okay.
culture in different genres, and I love them all. But I'm a big fan of the motion picture industry. I just think it's very fascinating.
So, if you had to give 5 movies to a person to watch, they would be
If I had to give
top
five
five
uh,
movies.
top 10 movies, okay, so I would I would definitely include one or two from Bollywood. I think Black was an epic film for me. I think, and I'm talking Bollywood first, and I'll go out
Yeah.
a little later. So I think Black was epic. I thought Dil Chahta Hai was epic in terms of what it dealt with. I thought Saransh was amazing in good old days. There's a very, very old movie called 12 Angry Men,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is a brilliant film
Yeah.
on just the art of persuasion, which I
Yeah.
think is Sidney Poitier, 1954. That I think is a brilliant movie. Um, there are lots of others. I think the ones that I've really enjoyed would be they're just like I'm again blacking out, but I watch a whole lot. But I think from the latest ones that I've seen, I enjoyed The Intern. I thought it was light-hearted.
Yeah,
I thought
it
it
was
was
fun.
sweet. It's Robert De Niro, so who wouldn't like it, right? I think that was awesome. And
Yeah.
I thought the a movie that was really high impact was forgetting the name right now, but about the Boston Globe covering
Spotlight.
Spotlight. I thought that was an amazing film. Absolutely amazing film. Late of the ones that I watched are of late. Yeah, those are the ones that I would most start.
Yeah. So, your experience of MICA in one word?
Awesome. It's been an awesome day and super engaging. And the thing that surprised me, I know I'm bad with this one word. So
We
one
don't
word
mind
would be
more words.
awesome. But what surprised me was the quality of questions that you guys asked. They were hard, tough questions, and especially I've been caught by some students around the corner. They've been asking me some very pertinent questions around multi-touch attribution modeling and data, and I'm like, holy crap! I mean, I didn't realize you kids know that much, right? But it was a really engaging day, super engaging, really awesome. Changed my perception, taught me a lot. I realized how lucky you are, and I also realized how deficient I was as a student. So imagine where all you'd go, right?
One question for Zuckerberg.
Mark
One
Zuckerberg.
question for I'll avoid that one.
Okay. Do you think Facebook has the power to become the next big community?
I, I, you know, from the outside again, I think Facebook as a company is changing the way people interact in this world, and I think it has the power to build bridges and connections and change the way we live. So I'm super energized and excited just because of that one reason, and I think the kind of impact the brand has, and the kind of response that I've got after this appointment in terms of the positive messages, the number of lives that are touched by the brand is kind of amazing. So I think yes, absolutely, absolutely.
What would be one brand that gave you a goosebumps moment, like you mentioned earlier?
I think the one brand that has given me goosebump moments regularly are two hotel brands. I think Oberoi Hotels and ITC
Okay.
have given me a lot of goosebump moments. I think Singapore Airlines as an airline has given me goosebump moments. I think some of my favorite restaurants have done the same as
Nice.
well. But I think in the digital world, I think Uber, constantly has been surprising me and giving me some really cool moments as well. And just the sheer convenience
Hmm.
has been amazing.
What's your opinion on promoting social media in a country with low penetration of the internet?
I think internet penetration is a function of a couple of things. It's a function of access, network, and devices, right? Um, I think we're on the path of solving all three from an India perspective. Okay, I think the device problem is largely getting resolved. Right, the cost of devices have become so low. Access is improving. It's the network which is the massive issue, where we don't have the availability of the network, and where we do, we don't have a very reliable network. Right, so it's not super high speed, super reliable. As we solve that, I think the digital penetration in this country will just skyrocket. And it'll be like voice. If you remember, voice was 16 rupees a minute,
Yeah.
Yeah.
32 rupees incoming, 16 rupees outgoing.
Yeah.
And then suddenly there was this tipping point where the prices just dropped and the adoption, you stop buying landlines.
Yeah.
People just move to mobile. I think that's what's going to happen with data. And the day that happens, you'll just see we're already the second largest country in the world in terms of social media penetration. I think the sky is going to explode through the roof for us. Oh, sorry, that didn't come out right. But I think social media will explode even further through the roof. And the sky is the limit there, because once you can solve the connectivity and access points, and data is reasonable and low priced, people want to connect. People inherently want to share. I want to tell people that I met 3 kids or 5 kids in MICA. I want to tell people, right? I want to tell stories. Tomorrow you will become a part of my stories. 3 questions that I've asked will become a part of my
Hmm.
about my storytelling. So inherently, as individuals, we want to share. We have a need to connect and share, right? And I think Facebook enables that to a certain degree and a certain extent. I think I'm excited about that.
Okay. On a lighter note, you mentioned that you have a lot of pets at home.
Yeah.
So cats or dogs?
So we have more dogs than cats. Um,
Which would you prefer?
so my cat is. So I started off by hating cats. Okay. But my cat Max is the most amazing cat in the world. You can pull him, drag him, push him, do whatever you want with him. He is the most tolerant. He's almost like a dog. And just for the fact
So
that
we got your answer.
he's so low maintenance. No, but he's so low maintenance and doesn't bark his brains out and is jumping. He's so well behaved that for me it would be Max the cat any day over the dog, any day.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about cars earlier, about Uber,
Yeah.
what would be one dream car that you'd like to own?
One dream car. So I initially was very enamored by cars.
Yeah.
Okay. uh, I'm in a mode where I want to sell off my cars because in my mind they're liabilities.
Yeah.
Per se, I don't think I am that enamored around owning German engineering and Italian cars and seeing them and performance testing those kind of vehicles is no longer there because we don't have roads to drive them. But the last car that I enjoyed driving was I tested a Ferrari and a Lamborghini in the racetracks
Oh, wow.
on one of their custom racetracks where they have a driver sitting next to you,
Yes.
and you can push the car to the limit, and if you're going to screw up, he'll save you, right? So it's kind of an insurance policy there. But that was fun
Oh,
because
nice.
just revving at that speed, and that was really fun.
Awesome.
Who's your favorite artist in any creative field?
So I'm a big fan of actors, certain actors. I am a huge Amir Khan fan. I am a big Amitabh Bachchan fan in terms of the Indian actors. Globally, I think Robert De Niro and Al Pacino for me are outstanding. So in that stream, I like those a lot. In terms of uh, artists, I think Ravi Verma would be up there in my list. Can't afford to buy any of those paintings, but the in terms of global legends, I'm just a sucker for seeing Van Gogh paintings. You can leave me for a day in the Van Gogh museum, and I won't be bored, even though the Heineken Museum kisses it, right? I'll give up the beer to go to the Van Gogh Museum. That's a beautiful. It's just art at another level for me. Yeah.
Okay. So one moment that stood out in your visit to MICA.
One more. The moment that stood out was um, when I entered. There was this roar in the room which felt very genuine. It felt like I'm not in an intimidating environment, and that was our first moment where I just stepped into the room, and it was very special. And I think the 20 minutes where I spoke, I was uncomfortable because I don't like speaking about myself. I'm a introverted kind of a person sometimes, but I think the 2 hours that we spent on Q&A was amazing. That was the best Q&A I've had in any college. I would say even with respect to the media, that was the best Q&A session that I've had, and the most engaging, with the most intelligent questions, uh, and the diversity of the questions, from marketing to leadership to human behavior to science to art to, I think we covered the whole
Yeah.
spectrum,
Yeah.
to Adobe to Intuit to Facebook to learnings to failures. Just the richness of those 2 hours was the most special. So
Right. That's all.
cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot
Thanks a lot
Thanks
for
a
your
lot.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.